welcome to Zoom Stats. I'm Aiden, Brayden. We're going to talk about some mid-season surprises, some mid-season craziness. And yeah, let's just dive right in, huh?
Alrighty.
Alright, so just listen off some mid-season invites right off the bat. The NC State invite looks pretty good. ASU is going to be there. Obviously, NC State's going to be there.
Yeah.
Northwestern, Army, Arizona, and Virginia Tech. So ASU and NC State again. It's going to be
Okay.
such a good,
Yeah.
those relays.
That'll be fast, yeah.
Pretty insane. ASU is going to be out there ready. NC State probably wants to take them on some relays, kind of take back that top spot. Texas A&M has an invite with just TCU, Air Force, Utah, and a couple others.
Okay.
That's gonna be just pretty solid mid.
Yeah, that'll be good swimming. I mean, I feel like all of the mid seasons this year, like this is when people get their A times, or get their qualifying cuts for NCAA. So that's really what all these mid seasons are for. But I mean, at some of these other meets, like that NC State invite, there'll be some fast swimming there for sure.
I mean, that meet will probably have at least like Ilya Karoun's gonna pop off. Like you can't lie. Like especially NC State.
Oh yeah.
Ilya Karoun's just gonna. I think he's gonna go best times. He's gonna go back to number one in every single little event in the sprint.
Yeah.
2 fly will probably be very solid. We could even see some NCAA records if we wanted, like if we could, like you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If he's swimming fast and he's like feeling good and they do a real good hard taper, which I mean, I really don't know if they will, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, it's always good to talk about it and
And then Texas
use
invite.
hypotheticals.
Let's keep it on the top 3. Texas invite. BYU, USC, Wisconsin, and Pitt. Obviously, the men's side of things, Texas is gonna probably wipe them.
Yeah.
And obviously the women too, but I think Texas is just we're gonna see a lot of good swims. I even wrote down that I think my midseason to watch is Rex Maurer. I think he's gonna. As a distance swimmer, I think that you watch the mile, I think he's gonna have a great 500, and I think he's more of a 4-imer, and he hasn't even done that this season. His 2 frees is number 2 in the whole.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see. I think we can finally get their 8 free relay. Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
that's gonna be fast. Yeah, we'll see how many people are close to like 130 or at 130. That would be awesome.
At this point in the season too. Jeez.
So early, yeah. Especially when everybody's hurting at mid-season. Like swimming fast, but it's definitely hard.
They got USC is gonna throw it out some times. I'm sure of it. BYU is gonna kind of be ready to kind of bite back at Texas. I mean, they were a long time
rival.
Big 12 rivals. And yeah, that's kind of the big one. Texas invite. Georgia invite has obviously Georgia, which then LSU, Alabama, Florida, and Mizzou. So I think Florida will really want to see what they can do to get back on those rankings because like they fell. And, like,
Who'd you say was that one? Florida, the Georgia invite?
Yeah, LSU, Alabama, Florida, and Mizzou.
Okay.
So Mizzou's not hosting their own this year.
Wow,
which
yeah.
I think is the first time in at least 2 years.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fast.
Florida's gonna be fast.
Yeah.
I think Florida's ready to kind of be like. I think Anthony Nessi's gonna be like, come on, man.
Yeah, I gotta like, yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, they're at 4 on SwimCloud, and for NCSCAAs, they're at 4 too. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they. I think that meet will have a lot of fast relays too. With Tennessee, like, I feel like Tennessee's like such a.
Tennessee's not at Georgia.
Oh, they're not
Tennessee
at Georgia.
Has their own invite with, where did I write it? Like the only teams that I could see is really UK and Virginia, like Kentucky.
Okay.
So that'll have like Levi Sanders in the mile, and then Virginia obviously. So that's Virginia versus Tennessee, women's side.
Yeah, that I was gonna say yes. The women's of that is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so fast.
And then like Tennessee has really good women. Obviously, they're ranked by CSCAA 8th, and by SwimSwam they are ranked 5th, so even higher. And that'll be just a good meet all around. Minnesota invite, which is a little bit later in the season. That's a Thanksgiving break usually.
Yeah.
They've got oh my gosh, that's when Cal's gonna come back swinging. I mean, they fell to 5th in the CSCAA rankings from first.
That's crazy.
And we'll get a little bit more on that. The Zippy invite, which that would be just a lot of mid-majors. I think that one's probably one of the best mid-major ones is the Zippy invite, or at least all my buddies went there. And all like I don't know, a lot of random teams went there, and everyone was like talking about that for a while.
Sure.
So I just remember hearing about that as a kid, well, as a high schooler, not as a kid. Ohio State's got a good one. That's really the Big Ten one. They're gonna have Indiana, Penn State, and Louisville. So Ohio State versus Indiana. Indiana, obviously, we're looking at that team.
Indiana needs to win that meet.
Yeah, I kind of wish I like touched. Oh shoot! Actually, could you pull up because that was a really big invite for Texas diving had a bunch of this past weekend, just a bunch of diving. Like they had like almost every big team, big name team in the whole country.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Indiana, they're still #1 on SwimSwam, and like the notes underneath say like has such a good roster, especially when we take diving into account.
Yeah.
Literally getting carried by diving. I mean, obviously they're a good swim team, but like they're just so good at diving as well. It's literally a combination of both of them. It's
Did
awesome.
you look up dive meets? Like you know that like program that they use? Like our college swimming? Yeah, that one.
Oh wow.
Have you ever seen this?
I'm not really no.
No. Cole showed me this a while ago.
It's pretty cool.
Does it say the result at all? Or no?
Mm.
There you go. This results right. No, NC. I mean, but you look at that thing and you look at all those teams, like UPitt, Texas, Texas A&M,
God, I'm so blind.
TCU, North Texas, Utah.
I mean, yeah, these are just added points to the list. I think, yeah. I mean, we talk so much about swimming, but like you look at all these divers, you see a lot from.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, but you see a lot from A&M. You see a lot from Texas. I don't see Indiana on this though.
Yeah, I thought they were going, but they must not have sent anyone.
Texas, Stanford, A&M look like the heavy hitters there.
But that like, if you're a diver, you gotta look at that meet. That meet's just insane, and
Mhm.
that was probably like the meet to look at if you're a diver. Sorry, I digress. But that was their mid-season. They didn't end up going with the swimmers to their to the Texas invite. Doesn't have swimming, I don't believe. Doesn't have diving, not swimming. They obviously have swimming.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have anything else for mid-seasons?
I mean, I think that that Georgia's will be good. Just because I think Georgia and Florida are racing together. I think Florida is faster than Georgia, but I think that Florida being faster will make Georgia want to swim fast too,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like, I think that'll be a good meet. I think Tennessee and Virginia. I think that's a really big women's meet, and I think that people should watch that one. You're saying NCAA records going down. I think that there's a good chance for NCAA records to go down there. The Big Ten meet, I mean, that's just good quality swimming. I'm pretty sure, like I said, Indiana, I think, has to win that on the men's side if they want to keep getting, like, placed at #1. I think their diving can only carry them for so long,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
I
And
think they need to put down top times in relays. Like
Mhm.
relays are the biggest scoring thing.
and a bounce back after losing Guyana would be awesome from them right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I mean, that's what kind of I bet you CSCAA would let just to bring him down.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
He's just such a good swimmer.
Yeah. Who do you think out of anyone, one person, one swimmer, the whole wide program, who would you pick to watch this weekend? Like to kind of keep track on, if you had to tell some people at home.
Personally, for me, I think I would like to watch Ilya Karun. He's just electrifying. He's so good. I mean, we spent all last season watching Leon Marchand. I would like to say that Ilya's somewhat of like a mini Leon Marchand he does like the sprint events, and then like he kind of swims the same way. He abuses his underwaters, and he's just super powerful over the water. And we were talking earlier about how he was a leader in most of his events. I think a few weeks ago. I think he's lost some of those, but like this midseason coming up, it would be awesome if he just like goes in there and takes a bunch back and maybe sets a NCAA record or two. That'd be awesome. That'd be nice.
I could see him doing it in the two flat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Jack Conger that's probably the oldest one.
It
right
is the
now.
oldest one. Yeah.
And like, I mean, that's the one that's the hardest to remember is Jack Conger. But yeah, like I just think that one needs to go. Like, no
Yeah.
offense to Jack Conger, it was an awesome record.
I mean,
but-
Luca Orlando has a chance to be up there too for that record if we're talking about that. But yeah, I think I would choose Ilya Karun. He's so much fun to watch.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so fast.
All right,
You
sorry.
said Rex Mauer earlier, right?
Yes,
for
I
the
said Rex Mauer is definitely mine as a distance swimmer.
Mhm.
I think him versus David Johnson, that mile is gonna be amazing.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that race
yeah.
would be the one to watch. I think I like them over Zalon Sekeni.
Mhm.
I think that they are going to be cool to watch. I think that race will be kind of like back in the day with the Clark Smith when he hurt his groin and then swam the mile, like that whole big race that happened back in like 2017,
Yeah.
2018. I think that will be. I think the mile is going to be a lot more interesting this year. I think people always sleep on the mile. I think that race, like Rex Maurer, David Johnson, and Zalon Sekeni.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like it's the top three. It's basically like a little preview. I mean, minus a few names, but a little preview from what NCAA's it's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
And again, just it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna see super fast times go down, and all these guys are going for their NCAA cuts, and it's just I'm very excited to see mid-season, which is our most of these meets are next week, right?
Yeah,
for
next week,
our viewers.
That Cal one is the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 meets that are the weekend after Thanksgiving. I can't remember the other one. It's a Miami meet. It was Miami, Ohio.
Oh
the
yeah,
weekend
Miami,
after,
Ohio. Yeah.
After Thanksgiving, so.
Gosh.
All right, let's talk a little bit about CSCAA rankings versus SwimSwam rankings.
Okay, yeah, and compared to our rankings too.
Yeah, you can compare it to your own. CSCAA just came out with rankings in November. They redid it completely. It's
I know.
super interesting. So they had Texas 1, ASU 2, 3 was Indiana, 4 Florida, 5 Cal, 6 NC State, 7 Georgia, 8 Stanford, 9 Louisville, 10 Ohio State, 11 Tennessee, 12 North Carolina. We'll get on that in a second. 13 Virginia Tech, 14 Wisconsin, 15 Auburn. They go to 25. I only wrote down 15 here. And then the women, Virginia again, can't lie. Texas, then Indiana, which was really interesting. I think we had something completely different.
Yeah.
Stanford, NC State, 5th. 6th Florida, 7th Louisville, 8th Tennessee, 9th California, 10th Wisconsin, 11 Michigan, 12 Georgia, 13th ASU, 14th LSU, 15 Ohio State. So that's just completely interesting. So I mentioned North Carolina.
Yeah.
They were not ranked before. Now they're 12th. You look at football. If that happened in football, can you believe
everybody would be losing their minds. Yeah. I mean, even Wisconsin coming from 23 to 14, like that'd be wild. But and California dropping from 1, like that's pretty crazy too. Yeah.
I mean,
to 5th.
You look at these numbers and just like 1 through 5 is all like just so close, and you can even count NC State in there. Like they were previously ranked 5th, and now ASU's back up because I mean ASU just swims phenomenally in season. I mean, how do you not vote against them?
Yeah.
And then you look at all these times. Like, you keep going from 16 to 25. Like those teams are still pretty solid. Virginia fell from 15th to 21st. And yeah, just looking at Princeton's back from no rank. I know they were back a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's scrolling down.
I love that they have records on the side of them.
Yeah,
like,
I do too. But it's just so weird. You know, those records don't do anything.
Yeah.
Look at the 0-1 there in 3rd place. That's cool.
Like if this was like football and there was actual power rankings, like Arizona State won obviously. I mean, they swim so many meets though in state. Ohio State would be 2nd. North Carolina would be 3rd, which would be crazy. Like going from not ranked to 3rd would be absolutely wild for the men's.
Yeah.
And like it's just like one of the things of swimming though. Like you just it's not dual meets are so not really important.
I mean, the thing is, you look at North Carolina, who blew out Virginia, who was previously ranked, 12th or something high, 15th, sorry, I can look up and actually read it. And, like, they just blew them out of the water, like, they completely showed them what's up, and now they're ranked higher, and it's like, what are we doing in swimming to make sure that happens, you know? That's kind of a good thing that CSCAA, I honestly think, pulled them up because of that. Like, how do you not pull someone up because of that?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you want to compare them to SwimSwam a little bit too now?
So I'm going to pull up SwimSwam now. So SwimSwam had men's Indiana 1st, Texas 2nd, Cal 3rd, 4th Florida, 5th ASU, 6th NC State, 7th Tennessee, 8th Virginia Tech.
It's the one underneath of that.
9th Georgia, 10th Stanford, 11th Texas A&M, 12th Auburn, 13th Virginia, 14th Michigan, 15th Louisville. And then the women are Virginia, Texas, Stanford, then Florida, then Tennessee, Indiana, NC State, Cal, Louisville, which they have the same as CSA men. It's actually Louisville 9th.
Okay.
Michigan 10th, 11th, Wisconsin. USC's 12th, Georgia 13th, Texas A&M 14th, Duke 15th. I do like Duke for 15th actually for that because, I mean, I've been seeing Duke just destroyed. Every time I pop open SwimSwam to read my little articles, I see another article about Duke kind of killing things.
Yeah,
so.
honestly, like if I had to choose like favorites for like teams, I go with I really like Louisville and I really like Georgia for men at least.
Yeah.
Like I think Louisville is slowly been getting a lot better and Georgia is just always so consistent. I really think Luke Orlando and Gerard Van Rennen, they can pull something together maybe this year on some relays or something.
So you would rather CSCAA poll where Georgia's 7th and 9th and Louisville's 9th versus SwimSwam has them all the way 9th Georgia and 15th for Louisville. I don't know. The SwimSwam, I love SwimSwam, one of the best people who plays, but the SwimSwam one is just so off of the CSCAA poll.
I know.
It's kind of crazy. Like the only thing they've got Indiana first, and they obviously stated as Brayden stated earlier. Indiana first. They stated about the Texas. Sorry.
The divers?
The Texas the divers. Sorry, I got thrown off. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, SwimSwam, great articles, love them. Love them to death. They just like, I don't know how they make these. Like, just looking at like something where Louisville's 6 places behind the CSCAA polls, and I like kind of agree with CSCAA. Like, I think they did a really good job with these polls. I like how North Carolina's on there.
Yes.
I like how people.
Bro, they went 117 in a 200 freestyle relay. Absolutely insane.
Like, how do you bet against them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you not put them even in the top 25? Like, I don't have the top 25 in front of me, but like a lot of these just teams, like Indiana, I get saying this is number 1. I get Texas number 2. I get Cal number 3. I get Florida number 4. I get ASU number 5. I get them. I completely understand that. I get NC State being 6th.
Yeah.
But then the rest is just kind of like Virginia Tech 8th. I haven't heard anything about Virginia Tech all season. No offense.
Exactly.
Like, usually Virginia Tech has 1 or 2 names, but I just do not hear them as 8th. They don't have the relay power.
Definitely not. I mean, they still have Yusuf Ramadan, who just like great. Isn't he a flyer?
Yeah.
Great flyer. Absolutely fantastic. But I mean, like you were saying, just not really any names from them, and it's I don't know. It's interesting.
And
but
being ahead of Georgia, where they've still got Jacob Haiti, Luca Orlando, Ruard, as we've been talking about, and all the rest of the squad that they built.
They have a
around.
great like 2 free, 5 free group too at Georgia. Like it's awesome. I don't know.
Stanford being where it is okay. Stanford's always just. I've always known, no offense to Stanford people, but I've always known it as where the distance people go to die. So
that's a little harsh.
Yeah, but that's what I've been told. I don't know, it's just crazy. They're kind of low. Texas A&M, like I've not heard anything about Texas A&M either this season. You know.
Texas A&M has some good breaststrokers. I'm not gonna lie. Just being from Texas, I've grown up with a few people, or I swam against a few people that are up there. I can't think of any names currently, but if they come back, we'll put them up. I'll put them up in editing or something like that. Somebody will. Chris will do it for us.
And then Virginia being 13th, I love Virginia to death, but I just think that I always think of them as my little sleeper team.
Mm-hmm.
Them being higher than a team that blew them out of the water, North Carolina, is just kind of crazy to me. Like, I mean, you wouldn't put that over football. Like,
exactly. How we were talking about football earlier.
Yeah. If we relate that to football, like, I can't think of any examples because I'm not a football guy, but like, if I was Chicago Bears and I beat the Commanders by 50 points, I'd hope I ranked a little higher than them. You know, like.
Yeah. Is UNC ranked on the SwimSwam?
No, not at all.
That's crazy. They're an honorable mention. Give them that. So are Kentucky and Georgia Tech, but that's a bit wild. Yeah, that's like it's like Alabama losing to Vanderbilt. Maybe not Alabama, but like that'd be a comparison for the football fans there.
Oh yeah. The woman. Just looking at it, I like that they have Duke versus CSCAA not having Duke. I did mention that earlier.
Yeah, you do like Duke.
Stanford being 3rd over Florida, I don't know. I like Florida. I think they could be a little bit higher. I like that in CSCAA they put Indiana 3rd, but then Indiana's 6th in the women for SwimSwam. SwimSwam, like, I don't know if they probably don't look at CSCAA at all. They're not really.
I wonder if they
connected.
do, if they like compare notes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Interested in how they do it.
Yeah, Indiana at 6 is crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, all these things are going to change right after midseason.
Yep.
I'm sure. Like, we'll see. I hope at least SwimSwam alters some of these lineups, but it.
Go to Instagram, Chris. See if you. I'm logged into Instagram on this. Maybe an easier way to see.
Do you want to compare our like I mean, for men on like our comparisons for?
So go to SwimSwam. You can see that.
Yo, we'll cut this, I guess.
Yeah. You see that power rankings? That's what we're going off of. Okay. Yeah, we can compare. CSCA for me had
Like we'll just say your top 5, and then
yeah.
then
Mine,
we'll go to.
if I remember, where is it? Was Texas, then Cal, then Indiana,
Mhm.
Florida, then ASU.
Okay. And CSA's was
CSCA.
or CSCA's, my
was
bad.
Texas, ASU, Indiana, Florida, Cal. So same 5 teams. We're always talking about the same 5 teams.
Yeah, it's always the same 5 names, but
But I mean, I had the same 1, 3, 4 with them. I had Cal and ASU switch
yeah.
because I believe in Cal unless they have if they get Dustin Lasco back. But if they don't get Dustin Lasco back, I don't. I would put them way more down.
Yeah, I mean, I had Texas first. Texas stays first, I think. And then I had Indiana and then ASU. Mine are switched with them. And Cal and Florida are also switched for me.
Yeah.
I have Cal 4th. I think I agree. I believe Cal they just taper so well. So, we'll see. But
I think that the Minnesota invite's gonna be fast. Like, I mean, I was talking to someone about how I wish I could go to the Minnesota invite because it's always so fast, just to see the people swim.
yeah.
And like, it's just gonna be that Minnesota invite's always one of the best invites, I would say.
Mhm.
Always historically is probably one of the invites. I don't know if you disagree.
No, they've had that invite going for so many years for a reason. Like it's always so fast. I think Texas goes up to them occasionally,
Sometimes,
every
yeah.
now and then. I think it's every other year maybe, but like when Texas goes up there, it's so fast, and Cal meets them there, and it's awesome. It's great fast swimming. That's really what we need more of. So.
Yeah, oh definitely. I
Mhm.
would argue we need more invites because
More invites.
more invites with random teams.
Yeah, I mean in high school I swam probably like 4 invites in a season. Like
Yeah.
we had invites with like private schools, and then we had a public school invite, and then we had a out of town invite, and
I mean, I'm not a big fan, and we're gonna get. I guess we get into a little bit different place, but I'm not a big fan of just doing dual meets because I
Mhm.
think that I don't want dual meets to count. Like a lot of people say, dual meets should count.
yeah.
I would rather just do invites where you're racing fast. You're just always racing fast.
Okay.
You're doing a meet that kind of matters in just that kind of area, and then like I like looking at the college softball stuff where you're just trying to make swimming matter and all that stuff, the dual meet stuff. And this is just getting off topic, but like still like I think there's so much stuff that needs to be worked out and a little fixed because I would
Yeah.
want my NCs to be a tournament bracket of
Mhm.
dual meets. You know? 'Cause
Yeah, I don't think that would go very well.
it's just hard because now you have to do like that world champ. You don't see. I mean, Kate Douglas does get the world rankings every single time.
Yeah.
But you don't see that every single time. You're not gonna
Like
see
realistically from regular swimmers, I guess, and
Yeah.
like really like the base of like the swimming community, you don't really see that.
Yeah.
Like it
And what about
it's
the
an
mid-majors?
outliers.
What about the Alex Santiago who comes up to NC?
Yeah, from SAU, like that's
And,
awesome. Yeah.
Like you just don't see that as often. If you do, you just cut off the mid-major teams, you
Mhm.
know. And mid-majors, like think about it. Harvard, Dean Ferris used to have the record. Like
Yeah.
all those teams are still pretty massive,
Mhm.
but some of them wouldn't be able to get the opportunity to swim at a meet like that. You know?
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Like if instead, I think dual meets are still a good idea,
Yeah.
but if like they cut up the season into like 3 meets or something like that, obviously like NCAA's at the end, but like you have like a early invitation and then a mid-season or late season invitation, and then you have conference. Like you don't have to necessarily taper for all of them, but like a little rest splashed in here and there just to see like fast suited swims, and then you would always have a suited swim to like record or like look at, and like I don't know, I think that'd be a good idea. And then I mean people do obviously like practices differ from teams to teams, but I think that would be a good idea actually.
Okay. So now, kind of. Oh wait, woman. Never mind. Woman.
Yeah.
My
Sure.
woman for the CSCAA rankings was Virginia, then Texas, Florida, Stanford, Indiana. So I had the same. Oh, I did not have the same top six. Top
No.
five.
NC State came up from 12
Oh, jeez.
this time.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. NC State. I mean, they whooped ASU. I remember that dual meet. I saw that.
Destroyed the girls.
They're putting up some fast times.
There's a reason ASU's, not on the list. It looks like. Right for
ASU's
women.
13th.
Oh, they're 13th. I mean, they get one up, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're so far down. At least on women.
Because I had Indiana 5th, and I really like Indiana, and that's why I was so surprised when the woman is 6th in SwimSwam.
Yeah.
It's just like some numbers. I'm like, geez, really 3rd versus 6th? That's kind of a big gap. Like 3rd trophies, 6th you're not getting a trophy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have Virginia, Texas, Florida, Indiana, Stanford. Virginia, Texas, Indiana, Stanford, and NC State. I mean, my NC State and Florida are switched 5 and 6 for NCSCAs or CSCAs or whatever. I get it. Some letters end with A. But yeah, I think these are pretty standard. I think NC State always comes up in these conversations, especially as we get closer to conference meets and NCAAs.
Alright, so I was going to talk real quick about, so we talked about the discontinued NCAA events in our last little episode with a little quiz with Brayden and Alex. So I just wanted to kind of give you some records and a little bit of just kind of trivia to take home. So in the 220-yard freestyle, the record still stands as 200.6, with Murray Rose from USC beating it in 1961. In the 440-yard freestyle, it is 417.9 from Murray Rose again at USC in 1961. I think, in my humble opinion, that those times would be whooped now.
Oh,
could you
100%.
imagine?
It's from 1961.
Yeah.
That's crazy how long ago those times were.
I mean, I kind of wish we could do it again, just to kind of
have some new records. Yeah, that'd be cool.
150 back. Alan Stack went 131.8. He's from Yale, 1948.
Jeez, so old.
I don't know why they did a 150-yard back.
Yeah.
When you end up on the you wouldn't, because I always think long quest.
Yeah.
You'd end up on the same side, but I don't know who thought of that.
Still, yeah, that's interesting.
131.8. I do humbly think with my great backstroke, I could maybe stand a chance against that.
Oh yeah.
1948, put me in.
1948, that's crazy. I would hope, yeah. That time would be destroyed these days.
150-yard IM, which I did find out has no freestyle. 126.5 by Albert Wiggins from Ohio State, 1955. That's pretty.
Put me in, coach. I got you.
6'5" is pretty decent.
I'd be a world record holder. That's all I'm telling you. Yeah, I think I could do it. I think I could swing it. No freestyle. Put me in, coach.
The 300 medley relay, 242.2 from Ohio State in 1955. They had Yoshi. I'm just gonna say Yoshi. Albert Wiggins, and then Ed Kawachiki. I should have just
said Ed.
Last name. But Yoshi was one of the second ever NCAA record holder in the 200 backstroke and 100 backstroke. I'm pretty sure. So he's already on that relay. That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And Albert Wiggins, as we talked about earlier, did the 150-yard IM and was the record holder back then.
Was he the breaststroker on that relay then?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the flyer was Ed, and I don't know about that. But both of those two were pretty big names. So
Yeah, back in the day, I guess so. Yeah.
Pretty serious relay. That is all that I have with just swimming stuff. So why don't me and you kind of face off, battle it out?
A battle of the minds.
Our producer Chris behind the laptop over there is going to get us. We got our little cap here, and Chris.
So in 2024, NCAA's hit a record attendance.
Oh gosh.
What is that number? Closest wins.
Record number. Go with 75,000.
No, I can just say no.
Okay.
Even if that's the closest, I'm not giving it to you.
75,000.
1,500, isn't it?
1,500 is significantly closer. So Aiden gets that. It's 20,600. 20,689.
Okay,
Really?
guys.
20?
Hey, swimming to the moon. I was shooting for the stars.
20,000?
20,689.
Okay.
Yeah.
20,000 people is quite a bit. Yeah.
I was thinking way lower.
Oh, really?
I said 1,500, man. That's 1,500.
Oh, I was thinking you said 15,000.
No.
Oh, okay.
1,500.
Yeah.
1,500.
That's
I
still
just
a lot
keep
closer though.
I guess.
75,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a lot of faith in swimming.
Yeah,
I did not.
I love swimming. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, what is the single season record for most NCAA records, either men's or women? You get a point for the season, a point for who has it, and a point for how many records they have.
Did Chris come up with these questions this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are hard, man.
You guys are nerds, man.
Wait. Say
Yeah.
it again. Say it again.
Singles, like the record for the most NCAA records in one season of swimming, college swimming. Okay? It can either be men's or women's.
Mm.
Like it's the record.
Including relays?
I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
Including relays. Well, no, definitely including relays. Definitely including relays.
Okay,
But
how
it
many
does
events
count
are there?
If you get a record and
1,
you
2,
break that
3,
record
4,
again.
5,
That
6.
counts.
Jeez, how did you find
Oh.
this information?
Yeah, that's crazy. We'll go with I'm just gonna go recency bias and go ASU 2023. Gosh, 17 records.
So it's one swimmer.
Oh, it's one person that
Yes,
broke all
one
these
person.
records. Oh,
But all those are wrong. Anyways.
fire.
Wrong team, wrong.
I'm gonna go for a woman.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 14 records.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Gretchen Walsh,
Okay.
2024.
That's wrong.
Is any of it right?
Woman is right, but that's not a point. It's a woman.
It's a woman.
Yeah. Do you want to keep guessing, or do we just give it? to
Maybe it's like Katie Ledecky in the no, definitely not.
you? It is Katie Ledecky.
Oh wow! In the 500.
So
It
about
is
500 and 2 free was probably the record.
Yeah,
And then
it was
she
fun. And
20,
1,000.
22 maybe.
Is it double digits?
For records?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's double digits.
Damn, that's gotta be. Kayla Ledecky. What were the points? Kayla Ledecky. How many?
How
in
many
school?
NCAA records she has, and
Stanford?
what was the season?
Oh, season.
Do I get Katie Ledecky?
Yeah, you get Katie Ledecky.
Okay, so I got 1 point. Then.
We'll give that to you.
I don't even remember when she swam in college. No, don't touch the book. 20. I don't know, 2014.
Why'd you say that with like an accent?
I don't know.
2014. 2012?
No, y'all are too early.
All right.
Oh, too early?
Yeah, it was-
2016?
Yeah, it was the 2016-17 season when she was a freshman.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
And she broke 13 records.
12.
12.
12 records. I will give you guys another point if you can guess how many American records she also got that season.
Oh, so because the probably previous record holder was an American.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I guess 15, just 3 more. Cause
No.
she had 3 more.
It's
9.
less than her NCAA records.
9.
Oh.
9, yes.
Yes. Do I get a point for that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you get a point for that.
Are we at 2-1?
Wait, how did she break 12 then 9? That makes
She broke 12. I don't know actually. Because maybe these.
The 3 relay
were-
records don't count.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
or they were like broken at like the Olympics, say. Oh, because it's short course. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely relay
Right,
records.
definitely relays.
Okay.
Okay. What is the, to this day, longest standing men's NCAA record?
Told you fly jet Conger.
No. That's the second longest. That was going to be my next question. That's the second longest. This event is not swam anymore, but the record is still standing because it hasn't been swam since 2015.
What relay was it?
No, it's not relay.
It's an individual.
I think I know what it is.
Um.
Chris, this was not swim at NCAA's.
Well, it's an NCAA record.
It is an NCAA record. You're right. I
How
know what
do
it
you
is.
know this? All right, fine. You can go.
It's Clark Smith in 1000.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Texas.
Do you know the
Yes,
time?
that makes sense. Oh God, I forgot they
8.
stopped saying that.
I did know the time at one point.
8:37.
That's really close.
8:39.
No.
I thought it was 8:29. I thought it was in the 20s. I thought it was like 21 to be honest.
No, it's 8:33:93.
Damn.
That's
So
insane.
We'll give that to Aiden. I guess we give the next one to Aiden too, because my next question is going to be, since that one was kind of like a, it hasn't been swam in a while. What's the next longest standing record?
That's crazy. I feel like there was some distance bias in that, but okay, that's just.
So, since Aiden got the 2-fly Jack Conger, we'll say another point if you can guess when it was, like what year it was, and time.
I'll let you have this.
Uh.
I've watched this video recently.
Oh really?
Yeah.
My God, I don't even know the year, or I think it was God, were people going 139 at that point?
It's the record.
Bro, I don't.
What do you mean at that point? It's the record.
Yeah. Is it still? It's still a record.
It's still a record. You just said that you think Ilya Krug could break it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's. No, it's not 139 then. It's.
Don't look.
137.3 in 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
You could have, dude. If you had not looked it up, I was like 137.3.
No.
2017.
Okay, now what about the longest standing record for women individual?
Oh, you're killing me,
Oh my
Chris. You're killing me.
No, this one is definitely this one's way easier.
Really?
This is a household name.
Katie Ledecky. Oh, Reagan Smith. Damn it.
No,
Reagan
neither one of
Smith.
those.
Missy Franklin.
Missy
Oh
Franklin.
my
203.
gosh, I
203.
knew that.
Oh.
God.
139, I think.
Yeah.
That's
139.
wild.
Do you know the year?
Dude, I watched a movie about her.
I didn't know they made movies about her.
They did.
2006.
When was? Oh, I was 2015 is my guess.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
God, Aiden.
Wow.
You're on
Swim
something.
stats.
That's
That is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
It's a wild pull.
Yeah, that's crazy. What is the longest, or what NCAA team has the most NCAA championships? And who is it?
We did this last time.
Oh, you did?
Michigan.
Okay. Well, how many?
Oh. Wait, no, it was Texas, 15.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh my God.
we can cut that one out.
At least that's what Wikipedia said. So
Okay.
if you had just
Okay.
found a different information that said Michigan.
I looked it up, so
Okay.
it's just what Google said. But okay, last one. Aiden said what the record for the 150 IM was. What was the first ever champion of the NCAA's in the 150 IM?
Bro.
The record was what, 126? Aiden said. We can look up the record so you can kind of work backwards from there.
Do you have the name?
126.5 by Albert Wiggins, 1955.
I don't have the name or the year it was. All I have is the time. I just want the time. Who can get the closest?
So it was the first one?
The first like champion of the 150 IM.
Oh.
So it was a record.
You don't want the name. You just want the time.
Yeah, I just want the time. I just want who, because y'all aren't gonna get.
What do you go?
it's-
126?
It was the record. Yeah, it's the last thing ever. Dude, I feel like back in 19. Dude, I wish I had just been working on this, but I have not. Back in the first time the 200 IM was released, it was like 2:07 was the record, I believe. I want to say.
It has to be like It has to be like 135, around there. It has to be a 130 something.
Well, you could hit the tap and lock it in.
I'm not gonna. Hold on.
Well, I'm gonna wait for both of you to lock in your final answers, and I'll just tell you which is closer.
You go first, Aiden.
You can go over or under. I'm gonna hit 137. I'm gonna go high.
137. I feel like it was a one. Cause okay.
They didn't have goggles.
Yeah, but I feel like without goggles, I could still go a 27 butterfly.
Yeah, but they swam butterfly like this.
Yeah, but like I feel like you could muscle through 27, and then like a
Bro's pulling out the splits.
29 backstroke, and then like a
Think about it.
32
Here,
breast,
I'll help you.
33
I'll help you out.
breaststroke.
Remember, the 100 backstroke, the first ever champion was 59.1. Think about that.
Yeah.
And then the first ever champion of 100 breast. Was
135.
140.6.
Oh my God, they are so bad at swimming. That's crazy.
I was trying to help.
That's wild. I didn't think
I
it would
didn't
be
know
that
either.
slow.
Yeah.
What are the splits on that?
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't
Yeah,
have the
don't-
splits.
don't
I don't
give us the
think
splits.
it.
Like, had to have been
You
like
used
30,
that
30, 40.
PDF that I gave you.
Yeah, I don't think it has the splits on there.
That's terrible.
Let's see. Yeah, no splits. Just
Wow.
George Rutgers, 1930.
His last name wasn't Rutgers.
Wow, guys.
Oh, Rutgers is the school.
Yeah.
George Kojak.
That's crazy.
It dropped by 10 seconds though. 19 years later, the next time it was broken.
Why did they like?
19
They just
can't believe
stopped
it
swimming
took
it for 19 years.
That's
They went,
crazy.
Screw it, no more.
None of that, yeah.
And then they were like, you know what? Let's do it again.
1940s wild.
And they did it up to 1955.
I love this document, by the way. This is my favorite document in the world.
Oh
I
yeah, it
can
just
spend-
has everything about swimming ever on it.
Yeah, it's well to 2014, and then you have to look it up on college swimming.
That's pretty cool. I wish they kept a database of all this stuff. Like I wish I could
Coming
see.
soon.
Oh yeah.
SwimStats.
Oh really?
A little sneak peek.
Okay.
Maybe some AI things are happening in SwimStats.
Mm.
Maybe.
Had to stay all the way to the end of the episode to hear that little sneak peek.
Sneak peek. SwimStats. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all the questions I got.
Awesome.
Alright, thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys.
SwimStats out.